Hello and welcome to JoyNews Today. I am Emefa Akosia Adeti. The bulletin is live from our studios here in Kokomlemle, Accra. And we're also live on DSTV channel 421 and GoTV channel 125 in our top stories this hour. Now, the Supreme Court today is set to deliver a decision on the National Democratic Congress challenging against the High Court ordered re-election or recollation. We take you to the Supreme Court, or we took you there. We shall bring you more details.
Who want to work with the rule of law, but you cannot go and sit in a room and go and collate figures when we're not there. We were told specifically by the director of elections in Domi Kwabinya, the boss of the returning officer who announced it, that because the place was unsafe, I'm sure you saw on TV, thugs, some getting on some people's backs or entering the place, going to create mayhem. And the EC suspended it and said all parties will meet at the region the next day.
We've been bringing you live coverage of the Supreme Court proceedings. We shall go back as and when there's an update. However, the New Patriotic Party stalwart and spokesperson for former President John Ejikun Kufuor is pointing fingers at President Akufo-Addo, saying he is partly to be blamed for the party's defeat in the 2024 general elections. We'll bring you details as 6 people, including 3 women, were injured in a collision between a truck and a Range Rover near the KNUST police station in Kumasi.
Eric, okay. Yeah, on the road national. I because Range Rover V8 for no, almost drive recklessly road national.
Also in the bulletin, fire raises local TV station and church at Crofrom in the Ashanti region. Please stay with us for details. Welcome back and many thanks for choosing us. Now, 6 people, including 3 women, have been injured in a crash involving a truck and a Range Rover near the KNUST police station in Kumasi. The truck carrying tomatoes from Burkina Faso collided with a Range Rover and crashed into a ditch. Mohammed Nuruddin spoke to the affected traders at the scene.
Namokwe.
Yeah, if you the money free waga bank. Any bank. I'm doing a card.
Me never feel anything like us.
From Namaya. I go just free working. Yeah, but you do take Yana. That police station. Naka cross road. Anna, you did come. Shani Pano. Driver in the crowd. You son. Yeah, you. Today, I saw mine is very sad. I can't doors. You see, over my am what? Already I can't doors. It's so much. On my am. Any papa 5. And I got on your man. And yet I can't. I have billions of cities.
Basically,
almost 4 billion. 4 billion because of that way. It's one way. Makubia 1,300. 1,300 now. The Fanema 350. Nakamaku 350. I ain't get to what. Tiafanakamaku 350. Makubia 1,300. Oh, and son of duty, son of transportation. Account. Naka beto. Ni pardon ko nyema be pray. Se said here. A man here una man. To si form my own kokodi. Ko we na tui. Afi ya una man. Ya kura e bin sit. O we ne kase e na tungo ko. Ti someone. Somewhere be free. Mumla me shaye. Mumla ko nyina na bu. Nani panso a plano. Yenya sika. E fa she. Omo plan.
Eric Ejabe.
Okay.
Yeah, on the road national. Abaining Brian and Sabamu because Range Rover V8 for no. Omo drive recklessly road national. Yes, Ramunti, Omo Brian Sabamu, no Omo Brian say, a Kwansu Jojo, ebe Juma because driver no on your mistake be out. Now so Range Rover Fini baby ba. About the cross on Nama. Uyene kesiato ye man nti yesremu omumbra yesaba munombra mehwe kwan so nombra meboa because isi ade ya pa na ato nkokofo
na mo car ni na mate ni driver ni no driver careless no boy yen nyen ke kasi ye boa na but amfa a car man abonu more than 4.5 billion lolu fe mayo nchiae Masa ye ni abre. Mo hwe ma drive for no say be mo twika fi kumase. E drive no mo hwe mo drive ni. Yesre mo a. Mo me mate ni kwa me ni fira me nyan. 3 days me nai. Abom me 3 days ntimi ko fie. Afi so aso. Me nyan sika. Me ni abre pa ni ka. Me ni ma nyina. Se fa pressure butum ni na ayira. Tinim.
No.
E chiro. Gana ye ni to. Gana ye ni bi.
Now, a local television station and church have been razed by an inferno at Krofrom, a suburb in the Ashanti region, capital Kumasi. The cause of the fire is yet to be known as the fire service commences a preliminary investigation to determine what may have caused the inferno. No casualty so far has been recorded, but properties worth thousands of cedis have been reduced to char. Apostle Collins Bwedi is the owner of the Trinity Television and has been recounting the incident to my colleague Emmanuel Bright Kweko. Now, my colleague Emmanuel Bright Kweko is our man on the beat and will join us via Zoom. Emmanuel, tell us what's been happening and when did this start?
All right, so MFR, we had an indication that this fire started about somewhere 9 a.m. just this morning. According to Mr. Apostle Collins Bwedi, who is the owner of this particular facility and the church and local television, he tells me that they had started or they were done with their morning service or broadcast of morning service on television when they saw a fire in a kiosk, or if I should put it, a metallic container structure beside the church. And once they realized that it started, all of a sudden, it just went into their premises as well. And so they could not douse the fire. And they don't really know the cause of the situation, but he tells me from hearsays, they're saying that it started from a candle, others are saying weed and all of that. But until the fire service can actually ascertain the cause, we do not want to lay emphasis on what really started the fire. But some properties worth thousands of cedis have been destroyed by this particular fire incident at Krofrom in the Ashanti region. In the building, when I spoke with the owner, he tells me that it's a local television, just like we have for the multimedia group. So you should expect some cameras, some studio being destroyed, and also the church part, that is, you having your drums, having a pulpit, having chairs, and all of other properties in there. I actually saw a Bible get bent just about now. They just gouged it and they were able to salvage that from the fire. But everything that was inside that building, what you see behind me, have been destroyed by this inferno at Profum. Another thing that we picked up was that when the first fire tender came, the residents here attacked it, so it could not come to douse the fire. So it went until another fire tender from Remain UGC came. So the first fire tender was coming from the Konfanochi Teaching Hospital area. When it came, the residents were furious and that they had kept long. According to my sources here, they say they had kept long, so they had to attack the fire tender. So the fire tender could not come and to douse the fire until a second fire tender came, and then that was able to douse the fire. But in there, you can see a little bit of smoke coming, some plumes of smoke coming from the building itself. I don't know if you can see it around, but there is some smoke from there. They are trying to douse the fire completely. And we have some men also salvaging the little they can, and the metallic structures, the woods, and the rest, and put it. So still we have the fire service officers around and trying to ascertain what the real cause of the fire is.
And so as of now, we do not know the real cause, though the second fire tenders have been on location. We don't know the cause yet.
Yes, please. We do not know the cause.
At the time that they were attacking the first set of fire tenders, was the fire still ongoing, the outbreak still ongoing?
Well, sadly, from the residents, it was still ongoing. The fire was still high when the first fire tender came. So it had to return back until they called the second one, and the second one came to douse the fire.
Right. Before I let you go, just clarify. So it's a television station and a church as well in the same building?
Yes. So, you know, some of these churches now, they broadcast on television. So sometimes they have, in the church itself, they have a studio set up where they broadcast to their members. And so it is a church and has some sort of a setup that they broadcast through television to the rest of the world, or even their audience and congregation at home. So they said they were having a church service. They had completed the first church service or broadcast, and then they later saw that a kiosk by them had set ablaze.
Well, that's sad to know. Thank you, Emmanuel, for bringing us that report from the Ashanti region. Now, moving on, spokesperson for former President John Kufuor and New Patriotic Party stalwart Frank Ejekum says President Akufo-Addo is partly to blame for the party's loss in the 2024 general elections. The NDC's John Mahama defeated the NPP's Muhammadu Bawumia by over 1.6 million votes. According to Frank Ejekum, public disenchantment with the party coupled with arrogance from some members drove many supporters away. He also cited the imposition of unpopular candidates on constituencies as a factor that contributed to the significant defeat at the polls, adding that these issues unfolded under President Akufo-Addo's leadership.
Certainly, the buck always stops with the leader. I mean, you can't get away from that. When it's good, you take it, and when it's bad, you have to take it. So certainly, it stops with him. But then beyond that also, if you look at the performance of the candidate himself, especially in the parliamentaries, you know, where at the constituency stage, the MPP parliamentarians pulled a lot more votes than he did, also tells you that perhaps he's not that popular with the people as it is. I mean, yes, the head of state, Akufo-Addo, has his share of the blame for not ensuring that some of the things that were done must have been done properly. But also, I don't think he should carry it all, because when you look at the personality of the person that went in and his votes, especially at the constituency, where you could say it was a vote between him.
So here, when you say his votes, are you talking of Dr. Bawumia? Are you talking of Dr. Bawumia here?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yes. If you realize, for instance, even in 2022, when the party performed so badly, President Akufo-Addo's votes were more than those collective votes, were more than that of the all the MPs' votes put together. So that tells you that even then he was quite more popular than the MPs individually or together. But here now there's a reverse in where you can see that the MPs have gotten more votes totally against the candidates. So that itself tells a story, you know, as to how popular he was with the people.
Now, the Supreme Court has been hearing the application for judicial review filed by the opposition NDC today. The case contests a December 20 High Court ruling that directed the Electoral Commission to recollect parliamentary election results in 9 disputed constituencies. The High Court's ruling stemmed from a mandamus application filed by NPP parliamentary candidates in the affected area. The court ordered the EC to fulfill its constitutional obligation by verifying the recollected results in the contested constituencies. The NDC, however, has fiercely opposed the ruling and the recollection process, labeling it illegal and baseless. According to the party, the High Court exceeded its jurisdiction and undermined transparency, procedural fairness, and the integrity of the electoral process. So far, the EC has recollected results in 7 of the 9 constituencies, with Dom Kabinya and Ablikuma North still pending. My colleague Blessed Soga is our man in court and joins us with more. Blessed, bring us up to speed with proceedings. We shall try and connect with Blessed, but Blessed, if you can hear me, bring us updates from the court.
That an earlier ruling by the High Court asking for the recollation to be done by the Electoral Commission amounts to injustice on the part of some 8, I believe, or more candidates from its party, which were initially, according to the NDC, supposed to have been declared as winners of the contest in the just-ended presidential and parliamentary elections at various constituencies across the country. But the NPP has been arguing all day, indicating to the Supreme Court why it believes that the NDC has no case and that these recollected figures reflect the will of the people. The Electoral Commission, through its lawyers, also had representation throughout the day, which you have seen on your election headquarters on the JoyNews channel, what has been going on in court. We're taking a break, of course, now waiting on what the court will say, but there's a number of reactions greeting this very decision and proceedings from court, including some candidates themselves. Baba Sadiq, who spoke to us a couple of minutes ago, indicating that he is hopeful that this will now be overturned so it can go in their favor. But one person also from the NPP camp is with us, Nana Asafuaje, who's just won the Bosome Freo seat. He will be the incoming member of parliament for that constituency, and he's joining us. Thank you so much, sir, for your time here on Joy.
Thank you. You're welcome.
And first of all, congratulations. Obviously, you've been in the ranks of the party for quite some time, and so congratulations will be in order. But let's talk about what's happening in court today. First of all, your impression about the arguments we've heard from both sides so far.
Okay, so the case is simple. I mean, maybe because of the gallery, because of the media, the justices would want to allow some of the arguments to go on. Hitherto, this is a case of, this is a matter of legalities, an order of mandamus directing specifically a state institution to perform his duty. What is wrong with that? The state institution, in the courts, in the constitution, clearly it is the Electoral Commission that conducts elections. When the Electoral Commission conducts election, it is the responsibility of the Electoral Commission to declare same. The Electoral Commission is telling you that I have not declared. You are saying he has declared. I mean, who does that? The Electoral Commission is telling you that the Constitution, the rules, the CI upon which I am working with, clearly, I have not declared the result for the following constituency.
But Nana, to be fair, I guess that's not what's before the court now.
No, I'm trying to let you understand. This is the whole merit of the matter. So, a party goes to court and asks the court to direct the Electoral Commission to perform his jurisdiction or his duties. The court grants him that go and perform your duties. Now, another party brings the matter to court again. That court, can you kindly put aside the duties that were performed by the parties that the constitution has mandated to do so. That is what we are discussing here.
Is that really the case? Because the NDC is not seeking to set aside the constitutional duty of the Electoral Commission. What they are seeking to do is to say that the directives from the court did not follow the natural. The rule of natural justice, a reason for which they were not heard. We've heard that.
But he has not argued that. He raised the issue of rejoinder. It has been thrown off. Arguably, has been thrown off. So he has not argued that. And I'm asking you, I want to make the thing very simple because I'm not a lawyer. I'm listening and I'm trying to put logical reason into it. A body that is mandated by the Constitution says, I have not performed my duty. I cannot perform my duty because there are attacks, there are people, harassing me, violating me to perform my duty. So a party comes to court to ask the court to direct that body who is mandated by the Constitution to perform his duty. The court grants him. He goes ahead to perform his duty, declares his result. You are coming back to say that the court should now set aside the duty. So when they said,
and once again, they're not asking that the decision be set aside. All they are asking is that they be heard. So let's move on. I want us to talk about what the implications are possibly for your party. Whatever the outcome will be today, how is the NPP going to strategize to make use of the numbers you have?
One, we believe strongly in what is happening. We believe that the court will uphold what the other court did. Now, we have lost a lot of seats. Very traditional, very stronghold, very typical MPP seats. We are not talking about them. You know, I can mention a whole lot of them. Adansia Sokwa, Akrofrom, these are strong MPP traditional homes. Brekum, we are not arguing them. So when we are set out to protect and defend these ones, it means we are certain that we won the seats. Now, like I gave you the last time in Testament, when we vote at the polling station, the ballot is counted and the election declared at the polling station. Look, even it has been directed, and that was done by the result being posted at the polling station. So if you set out to go to other polling stations, you will know who won the result in a specific constituency or an area. You will know. Yes. So we believe that we've won the elections. Now, if I won Bosome home. Now, if somebody says that, look, I want us to recollate the result of Bosome Frem, which is legal. We have a specific time somebody calls for that. Why should I be worried?
Okay, but I was asking the question about how the party will now strategize giving the seats.
We have won the seat. What strategy again? What strategy again? These are seats that we won.
Now, the EC is also set to take a decision on two outstanding constituencies, Dom Kwabenya and Ablekuma North. James Aveji is monitoring the procedure that's happening at the EC and will take you there. Hi, James, if you can hear me, what's happening? Has the EC started already?
The Electoral Commission is yet to begin that IPAC meeting to take that final decision. As you may see from the background, the EC's office is currently deserted. We've pitched camp here for a while now, and we've not seen any of the commissioners drive in or out of the EC headquarters. The place is currently silent. Nothing is happening. Now, the indication we are picking is that usually when some of these things happen and the decision of the EC is part of issues in court, the EC would want to wait to hear the final decision of the court before they make their next move. We also have the indication that some of the deputy commissioners are currently in the Supreme Court, also monitoring the proceedings in there. And so we're waiting for the Supreme Court to take a final decision on the case pending in the Supreme Court before the EC would give us an indication as to when exactly that IPAC meeting will be happening. I've been speaking to some of the political parties who also tell me that till now they've not had any official invitation from the Electoral Commission. And so we're waiting to see how that pans out. Just to refresh your memory, Dom Kwabenya and Ablekuma North are the two constituencies that the EC will be taking final decision on. They were supposed to be part of the recoalition that happened last Saturday, but that recoalition did not happen. The EC did 7 instead of 9 and suspended these 2 because Don Kwabena, as we know, had some 3 outstanding polling stations to be dealt with. The NDC said they've provided those 3 pink sheets to the Electoral Commission on Tuesday night's emergency IPAC meeting. One of them has a problem where the result for the parliamentary election has been entered on a presidential sheet. And so we are expecting the EC this afternoon to consider whether they will be accepting those results in addition to the 2 clean ones and use them to effect the final coalition of Don Kwabena. As far as Ablekman North is concerned, from the initial recoalition that declared Irabna Obing as winner, the EC did that with 219 polling stations instead of 281 they were supposed to use. And so they had to, the EC directed, and per the course direction, they had to come and recollate the rest of the 62 polling stations, outstanding polling stations. As at last Saturday's recollation, the EC returning officer have been able to verify some 25 of the outstanding 62, left with 37 polling stations more to be looked at. The NPP said they have digital pink sheets of those 37 polling stations, and so they'll be submitting that to the Electoral Commission. Although the NDC is already objecting the Electoral Commission's any move to accept those 37 digital pink sheets, they say that if that will be accepted, then the EC would have to consider a rerun of the election in that particular polling station. And so those are the key outcomes we are looking at as to whether the EC will accept the presidential parliamentary result that has been entered on a presidential pink sheet as far as one of the polling stations of Don Kwabena is concerned, and whether also they will be accepting the 37 digital pink sheets from the Ablekman North as will be provided by the New Patriotic Party. And so as soon as the Supreme Court case is pronounced, we'll get a clearer indication as to when exactly, what time the IPAC meeting will be happening for the EC to take these 2 key decisions, MFA.
Political parties have indicated that they haven't had any invitations to be at any IPAC meeting today. Will this mean that even after the Supreme Court is taking their decision or not, they will not be receiving sort of a demand to appear at the IPAC meeting or what? Or they know that it's taken as granted that once the decision is taken, they must come to the EC for any form of IPAC meeting?
So this would come in the form of an emergency IPAC meeting. For normal IPAC meetings, they usually have almost 24 hours notice. And so for a meeting that's supposed to happen today, they were expected to get notification from the Electoral Commission as of yesterday. And so if they don't get those 24-hour notifications, and in cases like this where the EC would have to depend on the decision of the court to convene the meeting, then this will come in the form of an emergency IPAC meeting. So the EC has that powers over the period to marshal the political parties within an hour or two to take this IPAC meeting. And so as soon as this decision is taken, within an hour or two, we would expect the Electoral Commission to issue that invitation to the political parties to converge in an hour or two. And in most cases, the political parties also know about this, and so they are usually on standby as soon as the indication comes from the Electoral Commission, they quickly move to the headquarters to have this meeting. And so however it may go, unless it is postponed as it used to be in some cases, an emergency IPAC meeting is expected to be called today by the Electoral Commission per their own promise to call this decision. So it's not too late at all. The day is still young to have an emergency IPAC meeting. For instance, on Tuesday, that emergency IPAC meeting happened at 6 o'clock p.m. Sometimes it travels all the way into 11 p.m. or midnight of the day. And so the day is still young. We expect that meeting to happen, MFA.
Very well. Thank you so much, James Saveji. And do trust us, we'll bring you everything that would happen both at the Supreme Court and also at the Electoral Commission office. We'll go for a quick break. Business is up next. Do stay.
Welcome back to Business on JoyNews Today. My name is Winston Taki. The Bank of Ghana has issued the guidelines on management and measurement of credit concentration risks as an exposure draft to solicit comments and input from the banking industry and the general public. The following report has more.
As part of the supervisory review process and in line with the risk-based approach to supervision, the Bank of Ghana said it will assess the level of regulated financial institutions' credit concentration risk and the quality of its management and the extent to which regulated financial institutions consider them in their internal assessment of capital adequacy. The supervisory assessment will include, among the assessment of a risk management framework, and particularly whether the framework adequately captures credit concentration risk and is well embedded in the day-to-day management of the regulated financial institution. Among others, the Bank of Ghana will check risk and business profile of regulated financial institutions, including exposure to credit concentration risk, as well as business model and strategy, including structure of the balance sheet and the credit portfolio.
Moving on, the Social Security and National Insurance Trust, NIT, is advising employers to engage employees on ways of aggregating some benefits into salaries for improved living conditions. According to the Chief Executive of SNIT, Kofi Asafo Mafo, this will support future pension payment since more contributions will translate into better pension payment.
These are issues that employees need to have discussions about with their employers. These are issues that are to be taken up by the unions to resolve for the future, for the very long term. The central point that we make as SNIT is that it is not the SNIT scheme that is offering you the poor benefits. In fact, what we've highlighted today is that the SNIT scheme is overly generous. The SNIT scheme is overly generous. What we need to understand is that the SNIT scheme is based on your basic salary. So if your basic salary is low, or a lower part of your, or let's say a small part of your total take-home pay is considered for your pension, then when you retire, you are going to have a problem. So that is the discussion that we believe should be had. So is what you put in is what you get out. And as we highlighted, there are people who are earning significant amounts on retirement based on what they put in. So likewise, if you look at your basic salary, whatever figure is there, your pension will be a function of that. So we are effectively starting that discussion that to improve pension payments, we have to look at what goes in to the contributions to SNIT. I think that is the central point.
That's all for business. My name is Winston Taki. Up next is sports. Stay tuned.
Let's bring you sports now on JoyNews Today with me, Muftau Nabila Abdullahi. Bayer Leverkusen right back Jeremy Frimpong, who is currently in Ghana, has donated to the Osu Children's Home. My colleague Elon Benanda Fiamakwa was there and has details in this report.
The Dutch-born Ghanaian donated items valued at over 30,000 Ghana cedis, including buying Leverkusen jerseys for the home school team. Speaking to the media, the wing-back described the gesture as a fulfillment of a long-held dream.
You know, for me, I always wanted to do this, but I think I had to be in the right position to provide, you know. Of course, I play football for my family as well, but now I can help everybody, you understand? And this is what I want to do, especially in Africa, you know. This is where I'm from. My blood is Ghanaian blood, you know. So if I can put a smile on these kids' face, I'm going to do that. You understand? Because this is what it's all about, you know, to make people happy. You know, we play football to make people happy. And we enjoy it, of course, but to make people happy and to give these kids opportunities so they can change their families' lives. You understand? So this is why we do it. It's helped me a lot, man. Even like just the first day coming here, directly, I didn't feel like out of place, like, oh, where am I? Because, of course, this is not my natural environment. But I felt directly like I've been here for 10 years because of the way people treated me, the way it felt so normal, you know. So it's helped me a lot. This is really like the best feeling. It's even like, it's more of a best feeling than scoring a goal, you know. Because making these little kids happy or letting them see you, you know, like they forget about their situation, you understand? They just focus on joy, you understand? And for me, I can bring this to the kids. This is the best feeling ever.
Frimpong also commended the children's home for their good work.
100%. I think that's one of the main reasons I come to Ghana, you know. Of course, I can enjoy Ghana too, but this was the main reason I come as well. Okay. This is amazing, you know. For me, anywhere in the world where there's a football team is amazing. That people can bring the kids together and train them and make them to be something big, you know. This is really good, and the kids are lucky to have people like this, you know. So big credit to the people who are taking care of the children, 100%.
Frimpong's visit coincides with the Bundesliga's festive season break. The 23-year-old, who has carried his impressive form into the current season, will return to Germany this weekend to resume club duties.
That is your sports for now. We do have more sports stories on myjoyonline.com. There will be Premier League football also today. And in Ghana, Kumasi Asante Kotoko will also come up against Bibiani Gold Stars at the Baba Yara Sports Stadium. There's a preview of that game on myjoyonline.com. We appreciate your time.
Now, the Joy Family Party in the Park was successfully wrapped up at the Ebri Botanical Gardens. By noon, the gardens were bustling with activities as families, vendors, and music enthusiasts gathered for what turned out to be a spectacular celebration. Here are the highlights from this year's Joy Family Party in the Park.
At the Ebri Botanical Gardens. It's an amazing scene. Listen, I've never seen a crowd this big, especially for the Joy FM Family Party in the Park. It's a whole fiesta. Families have thronged this place, like you can see behind. Lots of people. Right now we're actually on stage. There's the musical dancing chairs going on. These kids are having a good time, and I'm sure their parents are also having a good time as well. Man, how you doing? We're live on Joy News. Are you having a good time?
Yeah,
I see a big smile on your face. How's it going today?
I'm really having fun. I'm happy I came.
Nice. Did you come with the family?
Yes, I did. In fact, I came with my colleagues. We are a team of 5. So five families, we came together. We've had fun.
Oh, 5 families?
5 families.
Wow. Yeah. Daddy, you had to carry your princess, huh?
Yes, I had to carry her to watch the stage.
Oh, that's so nice. But how are you feeling today?
Oh, it's great. It's awesome, man. I went to Papa we had fun, we had food, and we are still enjoying the music.
Nice. Hey girl, how are you?
I'm fine.
And what's your name?
My name is Dede.
And are you having a good time?
Yes.
What did you enjoy today?
The food, the trampoline.
Okay. Thank you very much for coming, lady in pink. We
And the music.
And the music. Hello girls, how are you? How are you? Are you having a good time?
Yes, we are.
Okay, so you came, girls, so you came with the whole family?
The whole family.
Okay, so what are you enjoying so far?
So far we've been watching the musical chairs, and then it's been so fun and entertaining.
Are you going to take part in the dance competition? I'd love to see you dance, though. All right. I'm sure a lot of people are missing out. What do you want to tell them?
I want to tell them that next year they should make sure they come, because it's so much fun. My family and I, we come every year, and we are always having so much fun. We never miss it.
How are you? You seem to be having a good time, Auntie.
Yes, I am having a very good time.
How's this year's experience been?
Oh, superb. It's so superb. I will come over and over and over again.
All right.
I've been attending this program since the inception of it at the Legon Botanical Gardens.
Are you serious?
It's not my first time.
Wow.
Since the inception of the family in the park, I've been coming all the time.
Great. And this year, I'm sure you've totally enjoyed this experience as well.
I have. Always Joy FM the best.
There you go.
I'm really feeling good. I'm having fun.
I saw you doing some allo dance moves on the other side.
You can't blame us.
I know, right? You're having so much fun. What have you enjoyed so far?
A lot, especially that live band. It was mind-blowing. Oh my God.
What about you?
I think likewise.
Yeah? Okay.
Well, gospel music enthusiasts were treated to a spectacular Christmas celebration at Christmas with Joe Metal on Christmas Day. The electrifying event featured powerful performances from a talented lineup, including Joe Metal himself, Judy Kay, and Pastor Edwin Datson, creating a spirit-filled atmosphere that left the audience in awe.
It was a night of worship, praise, and festive cheer as gospel music sensation Joe Metal hosted Christmas with Joe Metal at the Palms Convention Center in Accra. The sold-out event saw electrifying performances from an array of talented artists, including Judy Kay, Hilay, Pastor Edwin Datson, and the man himself, Joe Metal. The crowd was wowed by the spectacular performances, and the verdict from patrons, a resounding thumbs up with a promise to return next year.
This is my first Christmas with Joe Metal, and I must say I will be back next year. It was amazing, it was powerful, so yeah.
It was very, very interesting. It was amazing. This is actually my first time attending Christmas with Joe Metal. I'm glad I came. All my expectations were met. It was fun, it was engaging, it was exciting. It was spirit-filled, so yeah, it was amazing. I can't wait to come back next year, 25th December 2025. We'll be here.
Yeah, that's my first time. Yeah, my expectations were met. It's my first time being at Joe Metal's show, and I really enjoyed it, especially his performances. Yeah, I think I was really impressed, and I'll come again.
It was truly life-changing. I actually did not have any expectation, but actually coming here and seeing Joe Metal face to face, even though we're a bit far apart, it was truly eye-opening. I have no words for it. It was amazing. I'm just short of words because this was so cool, and I wish you guys could have seen it.
Okay, so personally, I watch his videos a lot, when he goes for concerts and stuff, and it literally felt like the YouTube video, and even better, cause it was just really inspiring. I had so much fun. He sang. It was so perfect. Very beautiful, and I would never miss this ever again.
I came here very tired, very exhausted. I was just like, oh, let me just get it over with because I bought the tickets and everything. When I came, I was truly excited. The whole thing was just amazing. It was very powerful. I believe it touched my soul, and I'm very glad I got to experience this before.
Jometo and friends truly brought the house down. If you missed it, mark your calendars for next year's edition. It's an event you won't want to miss. Reporting for Joy News, Nicholas Eko Yamwa.
Many thanks for joining us today on Joy News. I am Emefa Akosia Adeti. For more news though, do log on to myjoyonline.com. Many thanks for watching. Bye.